Auditing, in theory, is those steps that you take toward attaining spiritual enlightenment.
What happens in this auditing is they have this thing called an e-meter.
We have a meter.
It's 1/3 of a lie detector. It is 2 cans, and there's electrical wires carrying an indetectable amount of current into a meter with a needle on it.
You would sit with a person who's trained in the technology of helping people to get rid of this part of your mind that is reactive, that is causing you to think bad thoughts for yourself, making bad decisions. So you're trying to get rid of this reactive mind in this auditing.
When I address thought that has some trauma connected with it or some anxiety connected with it, I get a particular type of read.
I'm gonna pinch you.
Okay.
Watch. Can you see that?
Yes.
Okay, good. Recall the moment of that pinch. When I, right there, you saw that?
My mind remembered the pinch.
Right. Are you nervous or concerned about something?
This is a naughty thought.
Yeah.
Which, and does it tell you it's a naughty thought?
Well, it tells me that you don't want to share it, that's all it tells me.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can tell whether I'm agitated
Yes.
about a line of thinking,
You
a
got it.
line of questioning.
You got it.
So, the auditor will ask you a question. Tell me about an upset with your mother.
What's truly bothering you about being with, about your wife's behavior? What is it?
Why are you upset today? Well, I had a fight with my wife. Well, I can see.
That there. Was that the same thought?
Say that again.
Is there a particular area of your life that fixates your attention or you feel is that there?
Did you get one?
Yeah,
Can I answer?
please.
I'm thinking about a time when I was about 11 or 12.
Beautiful little soft needle and everything's good. Needle's rising, which means he's getting, thinking a lot. Needle just like goes, like a lot of shit blows away. But
And gradually, the needle will have less response. And in that manner, you discharge the emotion. Then you're asked to go back to earlier incidents that were like that. And eventually you discharge the emotion. And that's very much like Freudian therapy. But with Scientology, then they'll ask further, well, that's as far back as I go. Well, maybe not.
The process claims to heal the mental scars accumulated over many lifetimes.
They say that by the end of the session, once you've offloaded your negative thoughts, you feel a better person.
When you come out of an auditing session, you feel euphoric.
That confessional nature makes you feel better.
Somebody would say, oh, you're going to have a session. I would feel better just hearing that.
I have to say I'm kind of nervous. I mean, if auditing is basically a kind of psychotherapy, I'm not sure how I'm going to react to it or what kinds of questions he's going to ask or what that's going to dig up. I don't know. It's a little bit nerve-wracking.
Okay. And just make yourself comfortable. You may or may not need those pillows there. Have you pick up the cans and see if those are comfortable for your hand size.
Yeah, they are.
Okay, great. What is it that you have your attention on a lot, or what areas would you want to improve?
I have a difficult time expressing sadness. When I'm sad or emotionally hurt, rather than responding with sadness, I respond with anger. It's definitely the worst quality that I have, I think.
Well, probably the first thing would be good to do is to run some processes that have to do with opening up. One of the primary techniques is a repetitive process. I give you the question or the command, and You give me your response, and I acknowledge it and give it to you again.
Okay.
And we
Makes
need to do
sense.
that till there was a release on it. A release would be on the meter. It would show up as a free needle. So the needle goes like this. With you, it might feel a little bit of a lightness or a sort of an uptonedness that would occur, or a sort of expansion of your space, something like that.
Okay.
This process is called first postulate process, and the command is, what isn't looking at you?
What isn't looking at me?
Yeah.
My dad? My dad's not looking at me?
Okay, good. All right. What isn't looking at you?
My family.
Good. All right. What isn't looking at you?
Everybody who's not in this room.
What isn't looking at you?
I guess the world.
Needle released on that. How you doing on that one?
Good, yeah.
Some of the questions, I describe them as koans. Koans are these sort of Buddhist riddles, like what is the sound of one hand clapping? A koan is a question without an answer. The fact that it doesn't have an answer forces you to dig deep, and whatever you come up with is what's important.
There's something called certainty processing. We'll do some of those. So get the idea there's something wrong with my emotions.
Yeah, I have that idea.
Good. Get the idea there isn't anything wrong with my emotions. Get the idea there is something wrong with my emotions. Get the idea there isn't anything wrong with my emotions.
Felt like we were just kind of zeroing in on a feeling over and over and over and over again until it just didn't really have any potency.
Get the idea there's something wrong with my mind. Get the idea there's nothing wrong with my mind. Get the idea it's safe here. Get the idea it's not safe here. Get the idea there's something wrong with me. Get the idea there isn't anything wrong with me. Get the idea there is something wrong with my emotions. Get the idea there isn't anything wrong with my emotions. Get the idea there is something wrong with my emotions. Get the idea there's something wrong with my emotions.
There were a few times when it was going on and on and on, and so I would try. I was like trying to get the floating, you know, and I couldn't do it.
All right, get the idea there isn't anything wrong with my emotions.
And then I would sort of give up trying and forget about it, and then slowly it would just kind of happen.
Good. Needle's floating on that.
I kept seeing myself turn into the Incredible Hulk. And then it became harder and harder to maintain that image.
Well, you've released certain things, and that means that there's some potential for expansion or a new pattern, or, you know, so you just be there with it and, you know, let it unfold.
It's not like I came in here feeling bad about anything in particular, but I feel a little more uptone, as they would say. I feel uptone. Yeah, I feel better.
My hands are a little bit tingly.
This is the moment I've been approaching with equal parts of curiosity and dread for the past 2 weeks. Auditing. I'm told this could take anywhere between 20 minutes and 5 hours. I'm to relax, concentrate, and above all not judge or analyse the process, as this will nullify its effectiveness.
Thank you. Now, when I tell you to squeeze the cans, give me like a gradual increase of pressure until a light squeeze is achieved, and then relax it. Great. Take a deep breath in and let it out to your mouth. Okay, you're not tired, yeah?
No.
No. Is there any reason not to start session?
No.
Good. This is the session. All right. What is the definition of the word time?
The past.
What's the definition of the word Letter A.
The indefinite article.
That's fine. And what's the definition of the word recall?
To remember.
Great. All right. Our next command goes like this. Recall a time.
My wedding day.
Thank you. Recall a time.
My school. The street outside my school. Hill Street in Glasgow. Being a baby, holding a balloon.
Great. What's the definition of the word communication?
To impart an idea that's acknowledged.
Recall a communication.
My dad saying, I was the cleverest of his sons, but I just never bothered to apply myself.
Got it. What does confront mean?
To face head on.
And the word to? T-O?
Towards, facing.
And what is the definition of the word like?
Like to have affinity for.
Good. What would you like to confront?
Tottenham fans.
What would you like to confront?
I'd like to confront the dysfunctionality I have with my elder brother.
Good. I want to do something with you.
Okay.
I want to take up that sadness on your brother. Okay? I just want to assess it and check it out with you. All right, let me just do this here. Was that a break in affinity, reality, communication, understanding? All right, I have it as a break in communication.
I'd like to be a better brother. Maybe this low-level dysfunctionality. Because when we look at each other, we know, I think we know, exactly what's going on. And he knows he can never say anything about it. Because once he gives oxygen to his thoughts, he'll start thinking about them. While thoughts are merely in your head, you can hide them in dark corners. The minute you hear your voice say them, it gives them a credibility and a weight, a mass. So, you know, we'll bumble along.
Got it. How's it seem now?
Better.
Okay.
I feel physically lighter. I'm guessing my needle's floating.
It is indeed.
Hey. A little bit lightheaded.
Oh. Sometimes occurs.
Okay.
End of session.
What Scientology does is say, tell me something that's bothering you in your life. People self-identify their problems at first. And when they go through auditing, the auditor is trained not to judge. So a person may be revealing a deep secret. And if they're on the E-meter, they get told, oh, this device says that the negative effects of that event no longer hold sway over you. Hence, people have these good, positive visual effects. They feel a release. They've told their secrets. And then they say, you think that was good, do it some more.
Right.
And that's the hook. But as people are one by one identifying the issues that affected them in their past, they're losing the foundations of personal morality. We need the bad events in our lives to know what's right. We need to think about what we've done to other people.
Yes.
Auditing one by one takes away those negative events and tells us they no longer hold sway over us.
During the session, you might start yawn, and so much yawning that tears are coming down. That's progress. So take off your glasses.
Okay.
Yeah, fine.
Yes.
She asked me about the worst day of my life, so I tell her about the day that I broke my neck.
So you think every time I throw a double front flip, I'd go back to the moment that I broke my neck? And
What is your experience?
That's what it feels like.
Good. Okay, and what do you remember about it?
I just over-rotated, landed on my neck. Like I instantly knew something was wrong. I'm like, this is not good.
You have me as an auditor, and I bring you all the way through.
Okay.
Okay? Because each time when you go back and over it again, reliving it, not replaying it, reliving it, it will get less and less and less till gone.
Okay.
We go through whatever we have to go through and I get to the end. Close your eyes. Begin at the beginning and tell me what you see.
I just see the world spinning around me. Usually know where I am, but this time I don't know where I am.
Alright. Go back to the beginning. Go over it again. Pick up for the additional data you can contact.
There were parts of the story that it was so long ago, I can't remember the actual details of what happened.
What's the music?
I can't remember. It was so long ago. I wasn't focused on the music.
It's like, that was 2.5 years ago. I don't remember what song was playing on the radio.
What do you hear around you? What's the instrument?
Oh, I don't know.
I was trying to tell this lady, like, I don't remember. Like, I was focused on my neck, not what song was playing.
Yeah, it's a classic rock song.
I just made that up.
Go over the thought and repeat it. This is up.
Every time that I got to a part of the story that I couldn't remember, she had me repeat a phrase in the way that she wanted my story to go.
This is up.
Go over it again.
This is up.
Go over it again.
This is up.
Go over it again.
This is up.
Go over it again. 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 Go back to the beginning. Go over it again. Pick up with additional data you can contact.
So now next time I tell the story, I'm going to say it in the way that she mentally drilled me to say it. But I can still rationalize to myself that it's true because the story is so similar that I don't even notice the difference. You remember how bad my broken neck day was for me, right? Yeah, I was there. This is how the story starts to change. Like, this is just like 30 minutes into it, and this is already what's happening.
What's your sensation?
So I was almost used to getting injured, so my thought was just another injury.
Contact that feeling.
No, that wasn't my thought. I knew something was bad. Like, I don't know, she's just changing up my story.
Go over it again, 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 go over it again.
I kept reciting this like 5-minute story over and over for 10 hours. Yeah, no bathroom breaks, no food. Since they believe your soul is actually back in time, you have to be brought back to reality first before you can go to the bathroom and stuff.
That explains why you were so messed up when you came out of there.
Can you sit down?
I got brainwashed. They put memories in my brain.
What? What
I had to recite lines for 10 hours.
We had Ben recite us the story that he had told her. And I was there on the day that he broke his neck. I was watching it happen. The story that he told me had dramatic changes. The story that he told, he was happy and thankful that he broke his neck. That's not true at all. You were freaking out.
But she made me believe that during that day, I was happy throughout that whole day.
Yeah. And he believed it.
I have a different view of what actually happened in reality right now. At the beginning of the session, my story looked like this. And after 10 hours of my story slightly changing, I was left with a completely different story than I started with. But I still believe the end story to be true because I never noticed the changes that were happening.
But he couldn't remember what the actual true story was. We had to go over and I had to tell him like what I remembered.
Auditing can become very stressful and very draining because you're being asked that you come up with things that satisfy whatever it is that the person on the other side of that e-meter believes you need to come up with. The difference between auditing and sec checking is auditing, in theory, is those steps that you take toward attaining spiritual enlightenment. Sec checking is the action the organization takes to gather information about you or what is going on. And the questions can vary from, have you ever had a critical thought about L. Ron Hubbard, to have you had sex with a dog? And the theory is that the e-meter will tell really how bad you are.
They have security checking for kids from the age 6 to 12. And what that does is it sets up the church as the parent.
You may be paying someone $800 an hour to sit and interrogate you. And I'm sitting here trying to explain to this person something that they're not believing me. They don't believe that I'm actually telling the truth. And if you keep doing that to someone, you get them to the point where they will basically say anything in order to put an end to it. There are numerous examples of people who in sec checks have resorted ultimately to just making stuff up. It's a very stressful thing to walk down the path of, now I'm going to start lying just to get out of the room, when you are led to believe at the outset that Scientology is about finding the truth for yourself.
In your personal, private counseling sessions in Scientology, you would admit that you had thoughts of leaving or that you were being beaten and wanted to leave.
Anything. If you were
disagreed with David Miscavige.
If David Miscavige said, that guy's got crimes, it doesn't matter what you've done. At the end of the day, you better have some crimes to give up, because you're just going to get interrogated for months until you say, okay, I did X, Y, Z.
I thought about.
Good. And then that person who's interrogating you can say, you were right, sir. He did X, Y, Z.
This is all like spiritual meat grinding.